Hey kids, this is Ivan. How you doing? You've heard it a million times, even from me actually. And that is if you want to achieve a goal, you just got to keep on pushing at it. You got to keep on swimming. But what if I told you that grit on its own might actually be keeping you stuck? And here's the thing. If you've got that goal you want to achieve, then consistent effort and hard work and tenacity are absolutely vital, but they are not sufficient. And some people burn out because they just keep on pushing and pushing without ever adapting. And other people, well, they keep on switching tracks so often that they never really accomplish anything. They just keep on pushing in a bunch of different directions, one after the other, really short term. And both of these people end up thinking that they're failing because of the same thing, a lack of discipline. But discipline without insight, well, that's kind of like a slow motion crash where you never really see it coming until it's way too late. And there's actually three pieces that together are really vital for success. And without putting them together, they kind of don't work that well. But synthesizing them, they work really well. So what are they? Well, the first one is persistence, and that you just keep on going no matter what. You just keep on driving, keep on pushing. You keep on pushing that Sisyphean boulder up the hill, or continuing hammering away at something in order to break it, whatever it happens to be. The second one is perseverance, and that's more like an emotional commitment towards a goal, that you're going to stay true through hardship, that even when it gets really difficult, when it gets really emotionally difficult and you keep questioning yourself, you just keep going at it. And the last one is iteration. It's kind of a buzzword nowadays, where it's learning. You're trying, you're failing, you're adapting, you're trying new strategies, and you're trying again to see what actually works. And each one of these is powerful, but each one of them has what I'll call like a failure mode. Persistence without iteration, you're just digging the same hole deeper. You're never really looking to see if it's actually working. And perseverance without perspective, you can stay loyal to a broken strategy, and you never look up every once in a while and seeing if this thing that you're striving towards is this really in alignment with what you're really trying to achieve in the big picture, or do you need to maybe tweak it a little bit because it might not be the right thing after all. And iteration without consistency, well, that's like shiny object syndrome. You go here, you go there, and you never really persist or go deep in anything. And then next thing you know, in the search for the perfect tone, you end up buying a bunch of bass guitars and you buy a bunch of role-playing games. And that, well, actually, no, those things are good. Never mind. I didn't say that part. But you get the idea. What you really need is a synthesis of all three in order to really be successful. And this combination, showing up, staying focused, and adapting to feedback, is something that I call, what do I call it? Adaptive resilience. But think about it. You think about successful people, successful YouTube creators, successful musicians, or writers, or artists, or startups, and the successful ones have a lot of things in common. They aren't always necessarily the most intelligent. I mean, just look around. They're not always the most talented either. I know plenty of musicians that are incredibly talented, but they're not very successful, and other people that are much less talented that have a lot more going on for them. These people are the ones that learn to tweak, when to stay the course, and when to pivot. And all of them kept on going, but they went in an adaptive manner, which is really, really important, because things will throw curveballs at you. The journey will throw curveballs at you. Sometimes you just absolutely need to keep grinding. Sometimes you need to tweak things and figure out what's working or not working. And sometimes it's just such an emotional slog, and it can be difficult, that you start to question, is this what I really want to do? And you need that intestinal fortitude or guts to keep going at it. Any one of them on its own, not so effective, but you put them together and you keep on looking at the big picture and keep on putting the effort in and keep on, cheerleading yourself. That actually works. So if this resonates with you, if that makes sense, or if that's something that you feel like you've been missing, or you've been just pushing too hard, or just switching all the time, and that's not producing results, let me know. And we're just getting started at this point, because next video I make, we're going to talk about one of the hardest judgment calls to make in this process, and knowing when to quit and when to push through, because that's not as easy as you think. Have a good one, kids.